investor? Go to thesimpleinvestor.com. The Simple Investor. We make the world of real estate investment simple.
At BDC, we know being an entrepreneur means always being ready to take on challenges and seize opportunities. Get up to $100,000 with our small business loan to make your projects a reality. Simple, quick, and with no application fees, the BDC online loan offers you flexibility to protect your cash flow with favorable repayment terms. Apply now at bdc.ca/online loan. Certain conditions apply. BDC, financing, advising, know-how.
Enrique Amaturo is the Midday Show editor. Amber LeBlanc is our news director, and City News Time at the Double Tones. 1:30.
Toronto's #1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is City News 680 everywhere.
Good afternoon. This is Wednesday, March 8th. I'm Irene Frecklin.
And I'm Steve Roberts. Here's what's making news right now.
Provincial police are looking for a man seen dangling off the back of a moving transport truck early this morning on the QEW in Burlington, and the whole thing was caught on video. That story's coming up. MPs plan to grill the CEOs of Canada's largest grocery chains about profits and sky-high food prices when they testify later today at a federal committee.
Bombshell report from Ontario's financial watchdog. It finds the Ford government is drastically underspending on health care and facing a major nursing shortage.
Lots of people are dipping their toes in the water, but no one's jumping in the pool yet. 2 more city councillors say they're strongly considering a run for mayor.
Alec Manoah is cruising through 2 innings for the Blue Jays. We'll get our first look at Canada's WBC team today, and the Raptors road trip continues in LA. Sports at 45.
The TSX holding on to a gain while the Dow drops by more than 200 points, and no change in Canadian interest rates for now. Business at 56.
City News Time, 1:31.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Carrie Prenskus. This report is brought to you by Martin Daniel Interiors. Eastbound on the 401, it's busy from the 427 to Weston in the Express. The stalled vehicle east of the 400 in the Collectors, that's cleared. Just a minor delay here east of the 400 in the Collectors. Northbound on the 400 at Canal Road, 2 right lanes are still closed for construction. So traffic is at a crawl on the northbound 400 from approaching Highway 9 to Canal Road. The collision north of Highway 88, that's long gone. No delays there anymore. Northbound on the Don Valley Parkway, busy as you approach Don Mills to York Mills. And traffic is slow on the southbound 404 DVP from south of Finch to south of Lawrence. Westbound on the Gardner, just a minor delay from Spadina to west of Strawn. If you're getting around on city streets, we have problems at Bloor and Avenue Road. At this intersection, the traffic lights are flashing red, so it is really jammed up in all directions approaching Bloor and Avenue Road. We also have reports of a fire investigation on Coxwell north of Danforth. Toronto Transportation says all lanes are blocked at that intersection. For home decor and more, depend on Valerie at Martin Daniel Interiors to answer your questions, lead the way on quality, and hold the line on price. Martin Daniel Interiors, martindaniel.interiors.com. And now with the forecast, here's Jill Taylor.
Plenty of sunshine for us again today, but it is cool. Our guaranteed high 2 degrees, but with the wind out of the north-northwest, it will feel cooler. Still windy tonight, a few clouds. -5 will feel like -10 early Thursday. For today, the guaranteed high, 2.
Lots of sunshine right now in downtown Toronto and 3 degrees. Factor in some northwest wind, and it feels more like -2. City News Time, 1:33.
It's a video that when you see it makes you think, what were they thinking? Burlington OPP searching for a man spotted hanging off the back of a truck as it traveled down the QEW. The whole thing caught on video.
And with details, here's City's Kyle Hawking.
It happened around midnight early Wednesday morning. The video shot by another driver shows a man clinging to the back of a moving transport truck on the westbound QEW near Burloak. After motioning to the truck, the driver pulled over, and OPP Sergeant Kerry Schmidt says the man took off.
As he stopped, the male that was described as wearing a black jacket and gray pants jumped off the back of the trailer and was last seen running up the ramp to Burloak Drive.
Burlington OPP wasn't able to find the man despite searching the area. Schmidt says after a stunt like that, the man's lucky not to have been hurt or killed.
It's certainly a very dangerous behavior, something that we don't ever want to see, and certainly could cause serious injuries or even deaths if there was a collision or if you fell from the trailer.
You can see the video at toronto.citynews.ca. I'm Kyle Hawkins.
MPs will be grilling the CEOs of Canada's luxury grocery chains when they appear at the Federal Agricultural Committee meeting this afternoon, all about food prices.
Hoping that they're going to explain their net income increases.
Liberal Ryan Turnbull is one of the MPs on the committee investigating food inflation and wants answers from CEOs about their profits because the numbers don't appear to add up. In January, food inflation was nearly double the general inflation rate. The heads of Loblaws, Metro, and Empire, which operates Sobeys and Safeway, will all be on the hot seat. Dr. D.T. Cochran with Canadians for Tax Fairness says the Fed should be pushing for a windfall tax for industries like grocery stores, which saw huge profits as a result of the pandemic.
The grocery chains have gotten extra rich on that, and we should be taxing a significant portion of those extra riches back to the public.
However, a food analytics expert suggests MPs may not find the answers they want, noting non-food items help push up profits, and Canada's food inflation is lower than many of our allies. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
City News Time, 1:35. Ontario's fiscal watchdog now says the province is expected to be short billions of dollars to cover some of their health care commitments over the next 5 years. Here's our Queen's Park reporter, Richard Southern.
Ontario's financial watchdog in with a pretty damning take on the Ford government's health care file. It says the government is underspending to the tune of $21 billion over 5 years. And says as well, last year there were 145 unplanned ER closures. The average stay in the emergency room, 20.9 hours, higher than pre-pandemic. Premier Ford disputing it.
They don't include the health transfers, and they aren't including any additional money that's going forward.
The report is also projecting a shortfall of 33,000 nurses and PSWs over 6 years.
We have 30,000 students in colleges and universities ready to fill the positions.
But the FAO says the province has failed to allocate enough money to the healthcare sector to match demand for healthcare, which is expected to grow. Richard Southern, City News.
City News Time, 1:36. The cost of borrowing is going to stay put, at least for now. Our business editor, Chris McCusker, joins us with the details on the latest interest rate announcement from the Bank of Canada. The central bank is holding its key interest rate steady for the first time since March of last year, while reiterating it's taking a wait-and-see approach with monetary policy. The statement says the decision is based on recent economic data, but it is keeping the door open to further rate hikes if the economy or inflation run hotter than expected. The benchmark rate stands at 4.5%, the highest it's been since 2007. The January data shows inflation slowed to 5.9%, while the economy posted no growth in the fourth quarter, and housing prices have dropped by 15% from the peak of last year. Now, we do get updated jobs data this Friday and another inflation report on March 21st, ahead of the next interest rate announcement, April 12th. At the Business Center, I'm Chris McCusker.
Well, the race to become Toronto's next mayor is starting to get fairly interesting. We're starting to hear from several city councillors who are now pondering their potential plans. With details, here's our Momin Qureshi.
The pool of potential candidates for mayor of Toronto is starting to get crowded, with 2 more city councillors saying they're considering a run for the top job, including Stephen Holiday, who tells me he believes his tenure at City Hall has proven he has what it takes.
Even people that don't agree with me politically all the time have often said, look, you speak common sense and you have a practical approach to things, and I think I have a lot to offer. I want to talk to citizens over the coming week to make sure that my message matches, and I want to make sure I understand all of the problems in this city that are needed to be solved over the next 3 years.
Councillor Josh Matlow's day started with a letter coming out from a group called Friends of Josh Matlow, made up of former politicians, current entertainers, and community leaders, all encouraging him to run. He says it's definitely something he's thinking about.
It's obvious to anyone that I'm actively exploring this. I want to make sure that this is a decision made not just by me, but with the support of Torontonians and, most importantly, my wife and daughter.
Keeping an eye on the mayor's race, Momin Qureshi, City News.
It's a first for the Raptors G League team. City's John Sandham tells us how the 905 are celebrating International Women's Day.
City's Lindsay Dunn made the announcement on breakfast television.
It'll be the first time it is an all-female broadcast. So you have Ebony Hoffman, Maya Marie Langlos, and
myself.
Hoffman is a former WNBA player and current assistant coach with the Seattle Storm. Langlos has played for Canada's senior national team. Dunn will report from the sidelines during the broadcast.
All I ever wanted to do was cover sports, but specifically WNBA, G League, and NBA. And tonight I'm living my dream, and I got to do it alongside people that I've interviewed, and I'm over the moon right now.
The game will also feature an all-female referee team.